Hello, I'm Daniel Brubaker, candidate for school board in the Catoctin District of Loudoun County. Today it is August 12th, 2023, that I'm ending my campaign. I want to make sure that the Democrat endorsed candidate does not win in this race. Those are the people who have been doing all the damage to our schools. All the things that you've seen in the national media, exposing kids to explicit content in books, misguided policies that have made schools more dangerous, even at the cost of millions and millions of dollars. This is what the Democrats have been delivering to us. So it is imperative that we retake the Loudoun County School Board. These are not the only issues. Parental involvement and the respect of parents, listening to their voices when we have shown up to speak at school board meetings. I was there at the meeting that was shut down when only 1/3 of the nearly 200 parents, June 22nd, 2021, who showed up to speak were allowed to speak. School board, they were looking to pass a policy where they suppressed information and got it passed. All these kind of things. Refusal to listen to the voices of the citizens. Suppression of parents. The looking down the noses at parents and feeling that they don't have the right to have input or to even know, in many cases, what is going on with their children at school. The introduction of racist materials into the schools in the form of CRT has been guarded by the members of the party that defended slavery, and now they're at it again, trying to bring racism back into our schools. This is completely unacceptable. It is something that should cut across party lines these days. By 2023, all Americans should be agreed in rejecting racism accordingly. You should reject Democrats from the school board. Okay, that having been said, I want to thank many people who supported me and endorsed me. I have deeply appreciated the people who did endorse me. Bishop E.W. Jackson, Senator Dick Black, Will Estrada, Elizabeth Smith, Eugene Delgadio, John Whitbeck, Wally Bunye, Jonathan E. Moore, Joanne Chase, Clayton Chase, Ron Wilcox, Brad Bright, and the Republican Hispanic Assembly of Virginia. Thank you to all these who endorsed me in this process. One of the reasons that I am doing this today is that I did not receive the endorsement of the Loudoun County Republican Committee. That endorsement is not the be-all and end-all of endorsements, but it's very important. Carrie LaBelle, who I will be supporting to win this race over the Democrat, carries that particular endorsement. Could I continue to run and overcome that? I believe that's possible, but I felt that a couple things. We have been very prayerful about this process, and I've been asking God for direction and trying to discern what He wants me to do. And there were a couple points earlier on the way where I felt very strongly that He was telling me, no, I can't get out yet. So at this moment, I believe that it is time for me to step aside. So if I felt that God wanted me to stay in this race and run it right on through to the end, no matter what the picture looked like, you can be sure that I would say okay, and I would do that. But I don't have any clear evidence that that is the case. And with that being the case, I am going to step aside and work with the various candidates, because we need a majority on the school board, not just the Catoctin District. We need others as well. But I want to thank everybody who endorsed, not just those who endorsed me, but a number of people gave financial support. So thank you to all of you who have done that. Thank you to everyone who, even got to know who I was and took time to talk to me and so forth. We've run a diligent campaign. I've run an ethical and honest campaign. I have refused to say anything dishonest about anybody. Thank you to those of you who have been alongside. We need to pray for our nation. We need to get things back on track. Many things that are felt to be good today by an upcoming generation, because they're being trained this way, are the very principles that led to one communist revolution after another in other parts of the world over the past century. And we know which way those went. They went to massive bloodshed, mass misery and suffering among the victims of those revolutions, and we need to be sure that we do not let this happen here. And if we do not get back the minds of our children, and it can happen here, maybe God is delivering us into a terrible situation, but I pray that that's not the case for the United States. There is some remaining debt that my campaign, even though I've been very efficient and careful with running this campaign, and I've done I designed these logos myself and my flyers entirely myself. I hired very few people or services and did everything very economically. But even at that, we have a certain number of expenses that are remaining in this campaign. So if you would be willing to help out, helping me to close the books on this campaign, I would deeply appreciate it. You can do so at brubakerforeveryone.com. That is Brubaker for everyone.com, and you'll find a link there that you can go and make a donation. Or you can send a check made out to Friends of Daniel Brubaker to P.O. Box 441, Lovettsville, Virginia 20180. Thank you very much, and God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.